Someone still holds deep feelings for you, but they are choosing to stay away. Take a slow breath. Let these words settle. Let your heart be open, because this message may be exactly what you need right now. There is a quiet inner struggle someone is facing because of you. There is a person, yes, a real person in this world, who still carries you in their heart even after all this time has passed. They do not speak to you. They do not reach out. They are no longer present in your life the way they once were. But the silence, the distance, the sudden absence does not mean their feelings disappeared. The truth is actually the opposite. They are avoiding you because their feelings are still very strong. And tonight, I want to gently guide you into their thoughts, into their heart, into the emotions they are too afraid to show you. I want you to understand why someone who truly cares for you is choosing distance instead of closeness. Even though every part of them wants to be near you, they are frightened by how deeply you affect them. Many people assume that avoidance means a lack of love or interest, but for this person, you are the one emotion they cannot manage easily. You touch a part of their soul that no one has reached before. You awaken feelings they never expected to experience. Love, attraction, longing, fear, excitement, and vulnerability all rise together inside them. Your presence does not simply make them feel happy, it shakes them. It makes them feel exposed. When they see your name, their heart reacts instantly before their mind can respond. When they hear your voice, something inside them shifts without warning. When they remember moments they shared with you, their emotions rise so strongly that they feel close to losing control. You do not just matter to them, you move them deeply, and that level of intensity is frightening. For someone who learned to survive by staying emotionally guarded, they tell themselves that distance is safety. They believe that if they stay away, the storm inside them will calm down. But the storm does not disappear because the storm is you. Carl Jung once said, "Where love rules, there is no desire for power, and where power takes over, love fades." Your presence awakens real love in them, not control, not pride, not emotional games. Real love removes their armor. It forces them to face parts of themselves they have avoided for years. They are not running from you. They are running from what you awaken inside them. Deep within, they know something else as well. They know you deserve a love that is stable, a love that is emotionally present, a love that does not vanish when emotions become intense. And right now, they are not certain they can offer that to you. They do not feel ready for the kind of love you deserve. In their quiet moments, they question themselves. Are they emotionally mature enough? Can they be consistent? Can they show up without causing pain? These thoughts trouble them more than you realize. They feel inadequate, not because of anything you did, but because your presence highlights the difference between who they are now and who they believe they need to become to love you in the right way. They avoid you because they do not want to step into your life halfway, half certain, half healed, half ready. They believe that coming close without being whole could damage something precious. So they choose distance, not as rejection, not as lack of care, but as protection. They see it as protection for you. They do not want to bring their inner chaos into your gentle heart. They do not want to waste your time. They do not want to give you confusion when you deserve clarity. In their mind, staying away feels like the most loving choice they can make at this moment. Carl Jung also said that when two personalities meet, it is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is a reaction, both are changed. You changed them, you shifted something deep within them, and transformation, even when it is beautiful, can feel deeply unsettling. They are caught between who they used to be and who they are slowly becoming. Inside them, there is an ongoing conflict. Their heart pulls them toward you, while their fear pushes them back. This struggle repeats itself again and again. Their heart whispers to reach out, to call you, to tell you the truth. Their fear answers louder, warning them they might lose control, get hurt, disappoint you, or fail you. Fear often speaks louder than love when someone does not feel safe with emotional closeness. You might believe they have forgotten you, but they have not. You might think they have moved on, but they have not. They are simply trapped between desire and self-protection, between longing and fear, between wanting you and believing they are not enough for you. Carl Jung once said that until the unconscious is made conscious, it will guide your life and you will call it fate. Their avoidance is not a careless choice. It is an unconscious defense formed by old wounds, past disappointments, and fears they may not fully understand yet. They are not uncaring. They are overwhelmed. And there is something else you need to know. They place you on a very high level in their heart. To them, you are rare, you are kind, you are sincere, you are different from anyone they have ever known. And because they see you this way, they believe you deserve someone stronger, more stable, and more emotionally grounded than they feel right now. They admire you deeply. And admiration mixed with insecurity often creates distance. They fear disappointing you more than they fear losing you. They fear being the reason your light fades. They fear failing the image of love they believe you deserve. So instead of risking hurting you, they step back and love you quietly from a distance. They tell themselves that silence is safer than showing up incomplete. Carl Jung said that people will do almost anything to avoid facing their own soul. Facing you would mean facing themselves, and they are still learning how to do that. Their silence is not empty. It is filled with unspoken thoughts, restrained emotions, and feelings that feel too heavy for them to carry right now. And their story does not end here. They are afraid their emotions will become obvious. They know that if they stay close to you, the truth inside them will spill out. They fear you will see it in their eyes, hear it in their voice, and sense it in the way their energy changes around you. They worry you will notice how deeply your presence affects them. They are not as strong as they appear. When you are near, their emotional control weakens. The walls they built so carefully begin to crack. Their calm outer image starts to fall apart. They fear that if you look at them long enough, you will see through the mask and recognize how much influence you still hold over their heart. So they avoid eye contact. They keep conversations short. They pull back when things feel too real, not because they do not care, but because they care more than they know how to handle. Their distance is not a lack of love. It is love that feels too powerful, too raw, and too overwhelming for them right now. Moments become close and personal, not because they do not care, but because caring exposes them. Loving you makes them open, and being open is frightening for someone who learned very early that openness leads to pain. They trained themselves to survive by hiding their emotions, by keeping control, by staying unreadable to others. And you threaten that entire defense just by being who you are. Their silence is not cold behavior, it is protection. Distance becomes their armor, because being near you would reveal how deeply they still want you, how much they still think about you, how often they replay old talks, old memories, old versions of you in their mind when no one else is watching. They are afraid of being emotionally seen before they feel emotionally ready. And underneath that fear, there is something even deeper happening. They are trying to heal before they return. Some people do not disappear because they want to leave. They disappear because they finally see something broken inside themselves that they can no longer ignore. Your presence did not create the damage, it revealed it. You triggered awareness. You brought old wounds to the surface, past heartbreaks, hidden insecurities, emotional patterns they kept repeating without understanding why. Loving you showed them the parts of themselves that still needed healing. So they stepped away, not to forget you, not to erase you, but to repair what they believe would destroy the connection if left unhealed. They want to return whole, emotionally stable, grounded, certain. They do not want to come back carrying confusion, emotional swings, or fear-driven reactions. They want to come back able to stay. This is why their absence feels so heavy, because it is not empty space. It is active inner work. Healing is rarely loud. Most of it happens quietly, in isolation, in moments where someone faces themselves without distraction. And that is exactly where they are now. Carl Jung said that people do not become enlightened by imagining light, but by making the darkness conscious. They are facing their darkness, the parts of themselves they avoided for years, the fears they pretended were not there. the emotional immaturity they no longer want to bring into something meaningful. They do not want to repeat old mistakes with you. They do not want to lose you by showing up unprepared. So they pause, they hesitate, they wait. And while they heal, another fear grows quietly inside them. They are afraid you no longer feel the same. This fear freezes them more than you may realize. They imagine situations where you have moved on, where your heart has closed, where they no longer matter to you. The idea that they might now be just a memory in your life terrifies them. They ask themselves questions they never speak out loud. What if I waited too long? What if they do not care anymore? What if someone else took my place? The thought that your heart may have changed feels unbearable, so they choose distance over certainty. They would rather hold on to hope from afar than face a truth that might break them. Instead of reaching out and risking rejection, they stay silent, holding tightly to the version of you that still feels safe in their mind. They convince themselves that silence hurts less than confirmation, and yet, even with all this distance, they still watch you from afar. They notice when you post. They notice changes in your mood, your energy, your tone. They see when you seem lighter, happier, quieter, or more thoughtful. They search for meaning in everything you share. A song lyric, a caption, a picture, a moment of honesty. Even when they do not react, they take it all in. You still live in their daily thoughts. They reread old messages. They revisit shared memories when everything becomes quiet. At night, when distractions fade, you return again, not invited, not planned, just there. You may believe they have detached. They have not. Their heart still recognizes your rhythm. They just do not know how to step back into your life without disturbing the peace they believe you may have found without them. They are waiting for the right time, waiting for the right words, waiting until they feel emotionally strong enough. They believe timing matters. They want to approach you when they can stand firm, when fear no longer controls their actions, when they can show up without pulling away again. They do not want to reach out suddenly and then disappear once more. They want to return with clarity, with maturity, with emotional honesty. And if they do, you will feel it right away. Because when someone stops running from themselves, their energy shifts, their presence becomes calm, their words become real, their intentions become clear. Until that moment, they remain in between, still loving you, still thinking about you, still holding you quietly in their heart, not gone, not finished, just paused in silence, hoping that when they finally return, it will not be too late. They never stopped loving you. That is the truth they do not yet know how to live with. Love did not vanish. It did not weaken. It did not fade with time or silence. It simply went underground, buried beneath fear, pride, confusion, and unfinished healing. What you experience as absence is not emptiness. It is restraint. They wake up and you cross their mind before the day even begins. Not on purpose, not by choice. You arrive the way unresolved feelings always do, quietly but strongly, in pauses between tasks, in moments of stillness, in the seconds before sleep. They do not allow themselves to stay there for long. They distract themselves, they keep busy, they tell themselves they are moving forward. But love does not follow logic. Love waits. What keeps them stuck is not a lack of feeling. It is not knowing how to come back. How do you return after silence? How do you explain absence without sounding selfish? How do you admit fear without sounding weak? How do you say, I loved you the whole time, when your actions seem to say otherwise? They replay conversations in their mind that never happen. They imagine reaching out, then imagine your response. Sometimes you are warm, sometimes distant, sometimes kind, sometimes guarded. And each imagined outcome keeps them frozen just a little longer, but closed. Every imagined ending makes them feel smaller, less certain. So they do nothing. They tell themselves that doing nothing is safer than risking the wrong move. But inside, something grows heavier each day. Regret. Not because they stopped loving you, but because they did not know how. To love you properly when it mattered most. because they hesitated, because they pulled back instead of leaning in, because they chose silence when courage was needed. They are haunted not by what happened between you, but by what could have happened if they had been braver. Carl Jung said, "What we do not face in ourselves, we meet as fate." You became the mirror they weren't ready to look into. Loving you forced them to confront their emotional patterns, their fear of closeness, their habit of retreating when things got real. They didn't run because they didn't care. They ran because it mattered too much. And now they live with the echo of you. They compare others to you without even trying. Conversations feel flat, connections feel shallow, something is missing, and they know exactly what it is, even if they pretend not to. They wonder if you feel it too, that invisible thread that never fully broke, but they also worry that they may have destroyed it with their silence. This thought terrifies them because if the bond is gone, they must face the truth that they lost you, not to someone else, not to circumstance, but to their own fear. And that is a reality they are not ready to accept, so they stay still, watching, waiting, hoping. They tell themselves that if the connection is real, it will survive time. That if the bond mattered as much to you as it did to them, distance alone won't erase it. They hold on to this belief to cope with their own hesitation, and yet a quiet urgency simmers inside them, a sense that silence has consequences. They feel it every time they almost reach out, every time something reminds them of you, every time they imagine you laughing with someone else, building a life that doesn't include them. Time does not pause because they are afraid, and still they hesitate. Coming back means risking everything. Rejection, indifference, the possibility that you moved on while they were healing. And strangely, that possibility feels more painful than longing from afar. At least at a distance, love remains pure in their mind, untouched by disappointment, preserved in memory. But love cannot remain there forever. They feel it, and it creates pressure they cannot escape. They are not waiting because they don't care. They are waiting because they care too much. They want to get it right. They want to return as someone worthy of staying, someone who won't disappear again, someone who won't run at the first sign of emotional intensity, someone who can meet you where you are without retreating. They are trying to become that person, but growth is slow and fear is stubborn. So they remain silent, hoping that when the moment comes, when they finally find the courage to speak, the connection will still recognize them, that your heart will still remember theirs, that love will still be waiting quietly, the way it has always been inside them. This is where the truth becomes uncomfortable. Silence is not infinite. Distance is not neutral. Every passing day changes something, even if only slightly. They know it, and that knowledge weighs heavily on them. They are standing at a threshold, even if you cannot see it, to remain hidden in safety or to step forward in truth. Love pulls them toward you. Fear holds them back. The longer they wait, the louder the inner tension grows. Love that is never expressed does not vanish. It turns inward, and eventually that pressure must be released. When it is, everything will shift. Beneath the silence, something else is happening, something rarely spoken of. They live in emotional suspension. They are neither fully gone nor fully present. They exist in a space between holding on and letting go. And that space is exhausting. Each day they carry the weight of unfinished emotion. Each day they feel the tension of a choice not yet made. You might believe silence is peaceful. For them, it is not. Silence is loud. It is filled with imagined conversations, unanswered questions, moments when they almost reach out but stop at the last second. Their phone has been in their hand more times than you will ever know. Messages typed, erased, rewritten, then deleted again. Not because they don't know what to say, but because saying anything makes everything real again. Reality is risky. If they reach out, they risk discovering the door is closed, that you have healed in a way that no longer includes them, that the version of you they have been holding on to exists only in memory now. So they delay. They tell themselves tomorrow will be better. They'll feel braver, more certain. But tomorrow keeps moving, slipping further away. While they wait, something subtle shifts inside them. They notice the consequences of their absence, how life feels different without you, how moments seem less vivid, how joy feels muted, how connection feels harder to reach. Even surrounded by people, they feel slightly out of place, like something essential is missing.